Hi guys and welcome to Taylor Talk. Now I'm just going to be doing the UFC Nunes versus Aldana 289 predictions. Now before I do the predictions, while watching the countdown, let's click on it. While watching the countdown, I wanted to talk about three things. So number one, this is Amanda Nunes talking about her transition from American Top Team, who she'd been with for donkey's years, to creating her own camp, Lioness MMA. So let's take a look. Okay, guys. That so the rumors that I've been hearing then are right. That the reason that Amanda left was because of the whole Kaya Harrison thing, going to American Top Team, and instead of them kind of protecting Amanda and kind of, knowing that as future competitors, kind of like the Cerrone versus Perry thing, except on a thousand times more bigger level. And they've for years, Amanda's been with them for years, and I think she was like, Kaya is a future competitor. I don't think that it's professional if Kaya, my future opponent, is here watching me fight, watching everything I do. So maybe you want to consider telling her to move on. And they probably said no. Damn, Lambert probably said, I'm probably going to welcome everybody. And Amanda was like, fine, I'm double champ. I can create my own camp. I can create my own gym. And that was that, which is kind of sad because they kind of picked, like, if it's like the Cowboy Perry situation, then they picked a newbie over her. They picked a two-time Olympian, sure, but Kaya's still an MMA newbie. And they picked an MMA newbie over her because she felt uncomfortable, as fighters do, with their opponents watching them train and share coaches. Okay, so if that is true, then American Top Team, you should have stuck with Amanda, in my humble opinion. The second thing that I wanted to show you guys is this quick still. Let's go up. There we go. Nope. Turn off the volume. Because I'm going to quickly come back to this scene in one moment. There we go. Pause. Now, doesn't Alexa Grasso look like a freaking model? Like, she's one of the prettiest girls in MMA, and I just look at her and think, she's probably been told her whole life, you should just be a model. Even more now, you should just be an Instagram model. You should just go into fashion. You look so pretty. You should just be modeling. She just does not look like an MMA fighter. I mean, both of them, Irina and Grasso. If you looked at them in that picture, you wouldn't be thinking MMA fighters. You would just be like, these are just two beautiful girls that like going to the gym. They may like to run a lot. They may like to do a lot of cardio. They may be personal trainers. They're probably Instagram models. They're probably making millions of dollars on Twitter or something like that. You would never look at these two women and think MMA fighters. Yeah, they're competing in combat sport in the highest level of in the highest organization, MMA organization in the world. With Alexa Grasso, like, looks can be deceiving. I mean, she's just so cutesy. Do you know what I mean? She's so pretty and so cutesy that you would not think MMA fighter from either of them. So now I'm gonna go quickly back, or am I gonna go forward? Quickly to Alexa Grasso's win. Let's take a look. Okay. And we're gonna go up. There we go. No, that was Irene with the sweet corn. There we go. Okay. Right. Now I'm going to show you proof, like I've been saying, that Jason Herzog is pretty much in love with Grasso. Take a look. Right, so I'll talk you through. So obviously the submission, she's sinking it in. Valentina's trying to resist. She stretches her out. She sinks in the choke. It's on the chin though. It's not around the neck. The pressure's so tight. Shevchenko taps. Okay, Herzog, he comforts Shevchenko like a professional referee. Gets up. Okay, now look at the way that Jason Herzog looks at Grasso. Does that look like a guy that is just looking at her in a professional way? Absolutely not. There we go. That looks like a guy that has a crush. Okay. Look, and it's a bit too fast, so we're gonna go slower. Playback speed, we are gonna go slow. Okay, so click back and okay, there we go, because it's extra slow. Right, here we go. And let me just do a little bit of a commentary. It must have been so tight, so crippling, because she did tap and it wasn't under the chin. It was across the chin. Jason Herzog stops it for the love of his life. And he probably went partying with Alexa that night. Okay. Those clips were probably taken off the internet by Khloe Kardashian. We'll never see those clips. Okay. She can't believe it. Everybody's cheering. Mexican flags everywhere. She can't believe it. She's just beaten a lot of people. Right, so here we go. Then right, raises her arm. She's, and then looks at her with complete love in his eyes. There we go. Look at that face. Yeah, he's absolutely utterly in love with Grasso. You can see it on his face. That's why he stood them up when he wasn't supposed to, and that's why Alexa was able to illegally kick Valentina in the head illegally, because he's in love with her. It's like, look at that. Look at the way he's looking at her. Look at that. I mean, come on. He's absolutely besotted with this woman. He's in love with her. That is the face of a man that is in desperate love. Okay, right. So we can go. So now I'm just going to go back. There we go. See, he's totally in love with her. He shouldn't be reffing her fights. We're just gonna stop again. There we go. He's completely into her. I wonder if she knows that. Yeah, he's completely in love with her. Yeah. I do. I do think he has a crush. He's totally into her. There we go. That is a man of somebody. That's the face of somebody who wants the woman right next to them. Okay. Right, so now I'm going to go after, when they start dating in real life. You heard it here first. When you find out that Herzog and Grasso have been secretly dating, I will be here to say I told you so. Right, so onto the real reason why we're here, onto the UFC. Nunes versus Aldana predictions. So Maverick versus Jasmine. Maverick. Imavov versus Chris Curtis. I'm gonna go for Chris Curtis. Ige versus Nate. I'll go for Ige. Mike Malott versus Adam. I'm just gonna go for the underdog and go for Fujit. Right, I'm gonna talk about Nunes versus Irina first. Okay. Right. I seriously doubted Pena versus 1, and I doubted Pena in that fight. I never thought she would win. I doubted her more than I doubted Holly Holm versus Ronda. Okay, so I never thought that Pena had a chance in hell, and then she won, but that's only because Nunes was really sick. Anyways, but I don't count Irina out as much as I did with Pena. Irina does have a better chance than Pena ever did. Okay, and she's got great submissions. She knows how to use her reach. She's quite tall. She's tenacious. She's a fantastic boxer like Amanda. But I do think Amanda's going to win. I do think Irina's going to put up a fight, though. She's not going to go down without a fight. Do I think that she could win by a comeback, or by a surprise TKO? Yes. Do I think it's going to happen? No. I'm going to pick Amanda Nunes round 2 submission. Yeah, she could TKO her head off, but I think Amanda's going to go for a submission round 2. I think Amanda, the GOAT, gets it done. Okay, so Oliveira versus Beneil Dariush. Now, I have been waiting for this fight ever since it got cancelled. Let's take a look at they were booked at the last one, UFC 288. I was literally crying. No, I wasn't, but I felt like crying when he pulled out last month. Is Oliveira fighting fit a month later from this injury, or will it start playing up? Okay, I really, 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 you don't know how much I want Oliveira to get this done. I want him to beat Beneil in style, then come back for his title and face Islam Makhachev. Beat Islam in style. Okay, I don't know how he's going to do it with the glory of God. He's going to do it. And then I want him to go on the mic and call out Habib in perfect English. in perfect English. I want Charles to be getting those English lessons on the side, which we know he's been doing, because if you saw him in the jacuzzi with Francis Ngannou, you know he's been learning English. So I want, and then after he beats Islam, I want him to get on the mic in fluent English, like he's been born and bred in the US. I want him to call out Habib in fluent English, tell him that he's beaten his best friend bitch, and that he wants Habib to get into this cage right fucking now. That's what I want Charles to do in English. I want him to do a Daniel Cormier, Brock Lesnar, get the hell in here kind of promo. Okay, and then I want Nurmagomedov versus Oliveira to get set up, because it's the closest that we're ever going to get to Tony versus Nurmagomedov. So that would be freaking amazing. Do I think that? Yeah, that's my dream journey for Charles. I want him to get that belt back. I want him to prove that he can beat Islam. I mean, everybody in the division, in the lightweight division, must have been inspired by Alexander Volkanovski as a featherweight, bumping up in weight. No, or did he stay? Yeah, bumping up to 155 to face Islam, and just being able to cope and swim and float and overpower Islam. Who everybody thought was just this unbeatable Habib clone. And then Alex was like, because he'd been training with that guy. What was his name? Craig? Oh, I could look this up. Because I could look this up right now. Volkanovski. Who did Volkanovski training? Volkanovski training for Makachev. Craig Jones. That's who it was. It was Craig Jones. So he trained with Craig Jones, and I think he was a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy, I think. And that's how he survived with Islam, and he made it look easy. He made it look like he was ready for more when Islam was tired and gassed out, but he was beating Alex on the feet. So so back to Oliveira versus Dariush. I really hope Oliveira gets it done. 2 rounds, maybe a massive KO, emphatically. Sets everybody in the division on notice, says to everybody, I'm back, bitches, sets everybody on notice, and then makes another a title run. I'm so desperate for Charles to become champion again. I like Beneil, but I was so ready to see him last month. I'm equally ready to see Charles this month. This whole card rests on Charles Oliveira's shoulders. I am so excited to see this man back in the octagon. You have no idea. I'm so ready for him to start kicking ass and taking names and becoming the champion that he's supposed to be. So Charles Oliveira, I'm gonna go by KO. Yeah, KO round 3. Charles Oliveira, KO round 3. He's gonna make a point in this one. He's ready to rumble. Okay, guys, if you have any opinions, let me know what you think in the comments, what your predictions are. Really, I just want to know your predictions for the main and co-main. That's all I care about, actually. Okay, guys, let me know what you think and who do you think wins in the main and co-main in the comments. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.